Wow, wow, hello, 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 hello. Yeah, I'ma leave all that in there. I like that. That's my new ad lib. Hello, hello.
Right.
Okay. So let's move on. How do you rate your last relationship, 1 to 10, and why?
I would like to
go last.
I'll go first.
You said the last part?
10 out of 10 would not do it again.
10 out of
10.
I'm sorry, I got a dog.
Give us the short one.
For me, that's a tough question. That's a hard one.
We asking some questions we don't ask guys. So here we go.
He was a mama's boy.
Ooh.
And not even like a regular mama's boy, like, oh, you know, I'm talking to my mama, da 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 da. Like, she lived with him.
Strike one.
Yeah.
Number 2, him and his best friend was like way too friendly. Like way friendly.
Was she a female or a male?
She was a female. Like supposedly she like, you know, the opposite sex, but somehow, you know, when we broke up, because I told him, I was like, in the beginning, I told him, I was like, I catch the vibes, like y'all are, you know, I can see like y'all are like kind of compatible. He was like, no.
Yeah.
So at the end of the relationship, he's like, you know what? I think I'm in love with my best friend. I'm like, no shit. No shit, Sherlock. But and then he was like horrible with money. Like when I say horrible, I mean like horrible with money. Like, he was always borrowing money from me, and he made like $5 more than me. So it was very confusing. But like I said, 10 out of 10 would not do it again. I'm very happy to be engaged to a man who does not have who loves me and who don't have a female best friend that I gotta worry about.
Yes.
That's true.
Take your sanity.
Yeah, I kill them both.
God says on here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you hear that?
I'm sorry, you said a 1 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10?
I said 10 out of 10 would not do it again.
Oh, okay.
10 is good, you know that, right? 1 is horrible.
Right.
I said what I said.
Oh, all right.
Oh, okay.
10 out of 10, but you won't do it again. All right. Let me see.
I guess I'll go next. Oh, you gonna go, Nene? Or you want me to give you some thoughts? Oh, okay. Let me drink this. Cause I'm gonna hear something later on.
Can I get him?
So, yeah, I'm gonna refill that too. While I'm about to say, my last relationship was a 6 out of 10. I was gonna give it a 5 out of 5, but I had to think about it. We did have some good times. I just didn't like things that were going on in the background, and I couldn't see. You know, I don't want to put too much of our business out there. But me not making, for me not, how can I say this? For me not to be able to feel like I'm your woman or feel like I had to be hide from other people. And I always ask that question, and it was like, no, attitude. But there was so much in the relationship, it hurt me. It brought me to a place in depression as well. A lot of people don't know that, and that tore me apart. So when all that stuff going downhill, the arguments and the fighting, and you know, I just didn't feel loved no more. So that, but I still love that person to this day. Don't get me wrong, I still love that person to this day. We are friends, but that's just how I feel about that.
Okay. 6 out of 10.
Shut the fuck up, Tamika.
What you got, Nene?
Girl, let me tell y'all. So, I rate my last relationship 1 out of 10, and I'm gonna say that.
Not even
Yes.
no free ticket for cooperation.
No, because let me tell y'all. So I met him and I was going to middle school with him, you know, whatever. And I met him a few like I guess years ago, like after high school. I mean after middle school. Like we done already graduated high school and shit like that. So I done met him. Come to find out, you know, I was talking to him and he was talking to his girlfriend, the crackhead white girl. He was got
He was a thought.
Yeah, I don't got time for that. And then what made it so bad was his cousin stayed across the street from my aunt. So my aunt would see him pull up with the white girl at the house, like, come on now, like, nah, that ain't cool. So, but right now, I got a 10 out of 10. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Yes, Lord.
That's how you come back.
Bounce back.
Thank you, Jesus.
Don't you hate when they cheat on you with somebody that's worse? Like, what was wrong with me?
It will have you like questioning yourself.
Right. And it's not even you being cocky. You just like, hold on. What? You trying to just make sense out of it. Like, what happened? Just one of
Yes, girl.
Mine is still fresh, but I will say it probably would be a 2 out of 10 because it was a lot of emotional damage and a lot of mental damage.
Mm.
And I just, like, it's still hard now for me to process. Like, it just put me in a really bad space.
Well,
So I would say right now, I couldn't do it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I go?
You are taking days at a time. You doing it already, so just keep doing it. Consistency is key. Cause guess what? When you at your best self, that's when they gonna come right on back. Ignore it. It's a distraction.
To be honest, that's real true.
That is a tunnel that you do not see yourself tripping and falling down.
Now you can ignore him the first 5 times. Now if he come back 20 more times, you better take him.
I hope so.
Don't take him even if he come back 20 more times, because he might be wanting to get your wealth that you done accomplished by then.
Good point.
He wasn't around for you at your lowest. Don't allow him to be there at your highest.
Exactly. That's right.
We got the wisdom in the building. The wisdom.
For real.
Self-love is self-love. Self-worth.
Yep.
Gotta lie.
So, y'all waiting for me for my last relationship? Let me tell y'all about him. Shut the front door. Hold on.
I know that's right. These
The
bottles gonna be empty by the night.
I got another one downstairs, girl.
Okay.
But okay, he was one of those that thought I was gonna take care of him. The only man I'm taking care of is my son. Okay, that's the only man I'm taking care of. So if you feel I'm gonna take care of you, what you won't do, somebody else will. Mm-hmm. So he ain't want to listen. He ain't want to take heed of me telling him to leave because I'm not taking care of him. So I cheated. I broke him down to his brake pad, y'all. I cheated with a girl. Broke him down to his brake pad. Go now. You must go. I finished him. He left. And now I got my boo. My fiance. You put a ring on it.
Yeah.
My baby. I got a 10 out of 10 now, y'all.
Yes.
I tell my story.
Go ahead.
Hey, love.
Hey, so my last relationship was a 10 to a 2, and it happened so fast. So I dated this guy, and he was older than me, probably like, it was a few years older than me at the time, and I was only 19. So I had had to deal with a baby mama, 4 kids. I had to bail him out of jail. I had to. Ooh, what else I had to do? It was so much at a young age, and I just. I don't like the way you breathing. I could not. I don't like the way you're breathing. I had to go before I could. And I was the baby mama was stalking me. It was a whole lot of, and I just had to go.
Shout out to Dynasty. He said that was a strike 3, no baby mama.
Right.
Oh, too much. It was too much. So it was 10 out of 2. I give him that 1 point because the sex was good, but other than that, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah. Sometimes, as guys think of their other heads, we do too. You know you ain't had to go back that last time just to get that last time before you dismiss them. You knew better. Better. That's like, no, this is one for my sanity or what you put me through. Then I'ma leave.
Lay into your ass.
I believe in just dropping you without an explanation. No closure for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Shauna, what about you? We ain't heard from Shauna in a little bit.
Listen, my last relationship was a 1 out of a 10. Maybe a 0. I'm just gonna give him a 0.
Negative?
No.
No free face? Oh.
He get a 0.
Dang.
It was
the sex wasn't even good.
No.
Oh,
now the tongue was excellent. Now that was a different story. Right? That's the only thing. Only thing good. Okay. But it was terrible because we went around the corner. He was going around the corner dating the neighbors and everything else. But now I got an 8 out of a 10.
Okay, now that's a work in progress.
Yeah, it's a work in progress. He working his way up.
Some of them don't know how to stop being a thought, so they like tell you, but don't tell you. Look, I had a lot of bodies, but I only want you. You know how they do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, I'm done too. I'm tired too.
Lying,
yes.
Testifying.
Inboxing, Facebook inbox.
Straight hoe.
So for me, I think I would give a 6 out of 10 too, maybe a 5. Simply because I'm more of an energy person, and when I actually got done with this person, I cleansed my whole self, including soul ties. I went abstinent for a year and some change, everything, and that's when I met Jamal. So like dealing with that, I think the more thing that did piss me off was the communication. If something's wrong, I'm an open person. And I feel like if something's wrong, it's teamwork. It's not something that I'm bashing you for. It's like, no, let's work on this. Let's have discussions instead of arguments. So like, it was more so like me being the prayer, me being the God-fearing woman. I like somebody that prays with me, that builds that foundation. So like, there was no communication with God. You ain't got no communication with me. That's what I've learned outside of that. Let me see. The 4 was like, it just didn't hit, I guess. Like everything was smart, all that was there, but when it ain't right. It's like, okay, I'm gonna try one more time, but it's just not. I get a 6 out of 10. And plus, don't be lying on that too. But I'm not one to bash, so I'm just like, I'm not gonna say, let me just say that it wasn't the worst, but it didn't, that ratio didn't add up. You kind of missed a couple percentage. You know that 19.9999, how they added taxes on it? Well, yeah.
Not the taxes.
Give me the flat rate, because that one, you didn't pass that barrier. But yeah, nothing too bad. It just wasn't there. I'm an energy person. I have to have that. I gotta have you connect with me. You gotta hit every inch of my chakras, right? I need the whole you, whole person.
Right. Well, Nene, let's Nene, let's go ahead and answer some questions from the guys real quick. I'm gonna throw out one. This
Go
is
ahead.
from our crew members. That's a part of the male edition. One asks, "Is it too tough to love someone that's broken? Yes or no?" No. Mine's saying no.
Not at all.
With
Why?
certain circumstances. I say no with circumstances.
I say no because you might be just that person to save them.
Yep. Absolutely.
You might be that person to save them. And that's all they need. They need somebody to show them what true love is all about.
Mm-hmm.
They probably never had true love in their life before, besides their parents, So you might be that one to show them that it's somebody out there that will love you just for you, not for what you can give them or what you can give them, or what you can give, what I can give you and what he can give me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here, I'm genuinely here to love you, not for what you have. Somebody broke down, I'm here to build you up.
I love that.
I
Yes.
agree, but don't let it
Sure.
drain you in the process.
Right. I'm here to love you. Just allow me to love you. I can show you what true love is. Just allow me to do it.
Just don't let
And
it
you
drain
never
you.
know. You might be healing each other.
Exactly.
You never know. You never know what they're missing and what you're missing. And when y'all mesh together, you're complete. Because you know what? I meshed with my boo, and now I'm complete.
You're trying to stay up.
Out, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, living example. That's good.
Yeah, I like that answer. See, she answered that for everybody.
Look, I
Oh.
agree. That was actually my circumstance. So thank you. And my other circumstance is you have to actually be willing to change, because some people would just give you the same sad story. Well, why do you keep choosing? Oh, I ain't never had nobody to love me. 10 years later, you're saying the same thing. That was another circumstance. You have to want that for yourself. Don't bring me in, because hurt people hurt people. I don't want to be in that circumstance. So that
I agree.
is the circumstance that I was. She said it all, but that was the second end of my answer to no. I'm not afraid to love, because you can save people, but you have to be able to somewhat be whole. Whether it's, you can be broken down mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. Something has to be together for you to bring those puzzle pieces. You have to want that mentally. Be ready for the change that you're trying to ask somebody to help you with. So
Right. And that's what I dealt with. So, and it put a lot on me, like emotionally and mentally. And it was like, if you wasn't ready, don't come to me with that.
you go. Yeah.
Right.
Because it drained me to the point it was like I just can't no more. Like, I tried. So it's like, it really, if you want the change, you have to be that change.
Exactly.
Like, you can care for a person all day long, but until they ready to make that change, it's nothing you can do.
I agree. Let's see here. We got another question from the fellas. Why is it so hard for women to communicate?
I think it's how we communicate.
First of all, I don't even know why the fuck that question was in there.
They made me think. I think it's how we communicate. They expect us to go back and forth. Instead, sometimes you have those that shut down and don't say nothing. So, like, you know what you're supposed to do. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm gonna let you figure it out.
I think it's not even the computer, the communication part. I feel like it's not the answer that you want to hear.
Come with it now. Come with
It's not the answer you want to hear. Like, I could be saying all this stuff and talking to you, communicating to you, but you're not listening to what I'm saying to you. And it's not what you want to hear. You want me to sweet talk you and say, "Oh, baby, it's okay. Whatever you want, I'm fine with it." No, fuck all that. No. We're not doing it. Now, maybe the tone, maybe they're talking about the tone. We women get aggressive when we're passionate about something we're speaking about. And that's something they need to understand. It's not, you know, we upset or mad at you. We're just very passionate about what we're saying.
Specific. Some men
Yeah.
run away from women that's too specific.
Mm-hmm.
What you got,
I got
Dorothy?
Okay, for me, when I was in high school and I would date females, they don't say what's wrong with them like straight out. In my experience, so sometimes it's hard.
He has the other end of the spectrum. This is good. I want to know.
So we could be just out somewhere and their whole mood changes and they won't tell me why. And then like later on, we're not together no more. They're like, "Oh, you did this, or you looked at this person." I'm like, "Why didn't you just say that whenever we was together?"
It was hot, right?
Like they think I'm supposed to know what's wrong with them because they think I can read their mind, basically.
I agree with that. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a female, but I think the guys would agree that, and that takes you back to how we respond.
But I feel like it's also hard for a female to communicate because maybe some females like haven't really had that sit down communication with anybody before, and you know, this could be the one that you know that you want to talk to and you want to date, but you don't know how to express your feelings. You don't know how to
get it out,
say what you want to say. So it could be hard for some females because they never had no communication barriers or anything like that for anyone.
Or to piggyback on Taniqua, or you may feel like you're gonna hurt this person's feelings. And you're not gonna say nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, what about when you arguing?
I don't think I'm gonna
argument.
I can see that being definitely. Because it's like, especially if you on a date, you ain't gonna tell them that till you get in the car. Let's just keep it hot.
Right.
But I've actually done both. I've actually told them right on the spot and told them when I got in the car. And either way, you come prepared. You're prepared to pay for your meal if you know that you about to say some you don't like. I don't know. That's good. That's good.
Like for me, it would be the arguing. Like I don't like confrontation. I don't like to argue with no one. And I'll say like I'll hint at it, but I won't fully say like I expect you to put the puzzle pieces together.
So why don't you communicate?
Huh?
So why don't you communicate that before it builds up to that?
I don't know. I just really don't like to argue. And I feel like if I told you one time before, like I'm not about to sit here and keep repeating myself. That's one thing I don't want to do. And then if I already know you feel some type of way about it, and I feel some type of way about it, then I don't know. I just feel like you don't get nowhere if I have to keep repeating myself.
So your communication is you hate repeating yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Shamara said that's her as well. What you got, Kari?
I was going to say something.
Done said it all.
One done caught up with me.
Shout out to the ones. Okay.
No, but what I was about to say was, like usually, like if we're in like a public place and he does something that like really pisses me off, and I know that like I need to take some time and formulate my words in a way that won't end my relationship, I'll just say, we'll talk about it later.
So you conserve it, and that's how you communicate. You actually conserve it before you get into detail.
I have to because like the way that I am, if I speak, I have to say like in the heat of the moment, I'm gonna hurt some feelings. And I don't want to do that because, you know, this is the person that I love. So like I'll say, we'll talk about it when we get home, or we'll talk about it later. Or like if we're in front of his daughter, you know, we'll talk about it later. Like I'm not gonna argue in front of her because
I like the conservativeness.
Yeah, like I came from a house where like my parents argued in front of me and my sister all the time, and it was not it. Like it wasn't cool.
We learned.
I didn't like it. And you know, that's not to say my parents, you know, are bad people or anything like that. Like they're wonderful people, but my mom, you know, she was growing up while she was raising me. She had me at 19. So I'm not gonna, you know, say like, oh, she's a bad mother, but I learned from her mistakes.
Okay, little man had something to say. I guess he agreeing.
Right. Okay, now.
Anybody else got something to touch on that?
Yeah, I would say for me, it's more so how you say it, not what you say, because you cannot communicate with me like yelling at me. Like you can't do that because then I'm gonna get offensive, and it don't even have to go left, and then it's just gonna put me in a space. So I'd be like, you know, talk to me. Don't come at me sideways about nothing. And then I feel like at a certain age, you shouldn't be wanting to do all that arguing and yelling. Like that's just too much. Like ain't nobody gonna put up with all that craziness and toxicness.
Okay. That's good.
I don't argue.
Especially when you've been through it before. You don't want to keep going through that again.
You don't have time for arguing. We ain't got time for that. I ain't got time for arguing. It take up too much energy.
We can have a disagreement.
Yeah.
We can disagree. We can agree to disagree, but don't arguing. I ain't got time for that.
Exactly.
It take up too much energy. Let's talk about it, get it over with, and call it a day.
But you don't want to say something that you're gonna regret later on.
Here's your answer in several different ways. I think we got both. Y'all remember? I didn't know they had that. Okay, so we're gonna mix it up. We're gonna get back to some more questions. So this is for us. This is not a guy's question. So just to brighten things up, what is? Let's see. I think I want to do a different one. What is the most unusual fear that you have? What you got?
I'll go. I don't find this it's unusual to me, but to others it might not be unusual. Like I don't like snakes because I don't like the way they move. I don't like spiders. I don't like the way they might jump out on me. But my biggest one, okay, so I work for like a delivery service and I go in and out of rehabilitations, like what's it called?
Rehab.
There you go. And there be like these older people that sit out in the hallway and they scream for help and I can't help them. And I just walk by and I'm like, I wish I could help you, but I can't help you. So my thing is like, I don't want them to pass away and then come haunt me because I didn't help them when they was in the hallway.
Oh my gosh.
You deep on that one.
Oh my gosh.
That's my biggest fear.
That's high key terrifying. I would be scared too.
Right.
Girl, you can't look at me. You might look into my soul. See things beyond what I'm going. Girl, that's some deep thinking though. But
that's my biggest fear. Like I try not to. Like whenever I get a job to go to one of those centers, I take a deep breath in, I get in and I get out. I try not to make eye contact with nobody.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my fear.
You got big heart. Oh. What you got, Corey?
All right, mine is totally irrational. Like, I don't know, styrofoam. I can't.
Not lying. She got $1 billion everything. Her fork weighs 10 pounds.
Styrofoam. I can't do it. Like, if like two pieces of styrofoam like squeak by each other, woo! I can't do it.
That's like chalk.
I don't like it in my packages. I don't like styrofoam plates. I don't like styrofoam cups. Nisha knows this. I hate styrofoam. I can't stand it.
Glass everything.
Wow.
We don't have styrofoam in my house. We don't do that. No. I can't stand it.
I'm lying.
Mm-hmm.
Mine is snakes. Exactly what she said. So I don't have nothing else to say. Keep moving. You can pass me. It's not unusual. I just don't do snakes.
Right.
They make my skin crawl.
My unusual fear. I told Michaela one earlier, but I'm gonna switch it up here. My unusual fear is, I don't know if people know, but half the time when you sleep, bugs crawl in your mouth. And have you ever woke up and you crunched?
Oh, don't say that. No, I don't. No, don't say that. Don't say that.
That's my unusual fear, that I done swallowed a animal, spider, ant, whatever it is.
Chelsea, I actually remember you talking about this years ago.
It's true. It's true.
Okay.
I remember you
But
talking about
the
that
stuff is
one.
not alive by the time I wake up and, see it sitting there. You know,
Ripley's done freaked you out.
it wasn't even part of Ripley's, honey.
Somebody did it.
All right. Let's see. You can go ahead and answer.
You said what?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna ask, did you guys have any questions that you wanted to also ask? Just a free open thing.
Chelsea, ask my question.
I have
earlier.
one.
I don't know how to answer. I don't know how to ask it.
Hold on, let me get my handy dandy book out. But before then, let's see. Let's answer a guy question real quick. Why do women want to all put together men, but not put together themselves?
That was so biased. Let's say that was so biased.
I know.
Look at my face. Look at my face. Like, what the?
That sounds like together.
What?
Yo,
First of all, how do you know somebody's not well put together if you're not put together yourself?
I think you can, because you can tell by their wholeness and their energy.
I mean, I might have it all together for myself, but maybe not for you. Maybe you're not the person I'm supposed to have it all together for.
Right.
Exactly.
So, answer that question on your own.
Because I say energy because you can tell, even coworkers, like some people just come in mad every day. How much energy do you spend on being mad every day? You have a bigger issue. Some people might be like, yo, you just need some good OD. You will be just fine. So that's why I say that. You're not whole. You ain't whole for yourself. You cannot be whole to equally yoked with somebody else. So that's my take on that one.
That's true. Michaela's question was, would you date someone that always was a constant or consistent help, like money, or they may not ask for it, but they giving you hints?
No. I'm gonna tell you why. I have been in that situation with somebody who always needed something. If you always need something, what am I gonna keep for me? Like, you're always taking from me, you're always grifting for me. Like, how am I going to survive? You're not caring about my survival. Like, if you broke, get another job. It's Ubers, it's buses, it's taxis. Like, you could work online, make a YouTube page, something like
YouTube page.
Not a damn YouTube page.
Make an OnlyFans, jerk off, something.
Girl, they making more money. You're not with a real job.
You're not money minded because you asking for me. Like,
right.
That's true. That's
Well,
oh my God.
I would date somebody who needs some money, because you never know. Let's say 5-10 years later, what if he got done saved all that money up and done made it like twice the time, So I
Tanika.
feel like he gonna give me that money back in the long run. So I don't care.
Tanika.
I feel like if you ain't got no money, it is what it is. We can make money
Tanika.
together.
Tanika.
Show me receipts.
Let's think about these broke niggas. Let's think about these broke niggas.
See, that's the difference. That is the difference. That's why. Never mind. But that's the difference
No, say it.
between some
You
of
and
us
I.
because y'all look for certain stuff. See, me, I don't care. As long as you treat me right, as long as you loving me, that's all that matters. I don't care if you ain't got no money. I mean, shit, you could have had money when we first started dating and lost your job. Now you ain't got no money. What you think I'm gonna do? Leave you? Nah, because I was there in the beginning. Why would I leave you at your lowest?
Go ahead.
Yeah, but I
How
do
long
that.
you gonna wait?
So talking about consistently, that's why I say receipts. If he asking you for something, he trying to flip it to better for himself. Some they will ask and live off of you to be your. That's where the love and money get confused.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's the situation that I've been in. Like, I've been with somebody who, like, stuff was always going wrong in his life. Like, something was always going wrong with his job. Like, something was always just wrong. Like, always wrong, always wrong. There was always a problem. And like, you know, if you don't have money one time or, you know, you lost your job, whatever, okay, you know, we could work through that. But if you always coming to me with problems and no solutions, that's where my problem comes in.
No solution.
Because you're not thinking like, okay, how am I going to get myself out of this situation?
Right.
With your money that you're helping me
with. The solution is me. And
okay.
Solution. I'm not a solution. I'm a problem solver, but I am not a solution for you and your problems. So that's what I was saying.
Okay, so I do have a question. I don't want to get too personal, but oh shit. I gotta charge my phone. How long did you wait until like you left? Or like did he not have money in the beginning? Like what?
So like Nisha knows who it is, but I haven't said the name. So like the person, like they rap. And like I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna be there for you. I'm gonna support your career. You know, it's gonna be us. You know, yada yada, blase. But like, whenever I first met him, he had a car. You know, he was living with his mom, and I was like, okay, you know, he dropped out of school because we was all in school together. He dropped out of school. So I was like, okay, but then like he's spending his last on some weed. And like anime, and then would turn around and be like, oh well, I was gonna come see you, but I don't have any money now, and my car is down. Can you send me? Can you give me? I could get there, but I'm gonna need a ride back, and I ain't got no gas money. Like that's what I'm saying. Like no.
So he didn't have money in the beginning.
He should die because you know who it is.
So he didn't have money in the beginning, or he did?
No, he didn't really have money in the beginning, but he was, you know, taking care of himself. Like he wasn't trying to basically like live off of me. And then like whenever he would come stay with me, he would stay for way too long. Like way too long.
So how long did you wait to break it off?
Damn.
I'm gonna say like this was my I had a relationship situationship with this person like 3 separate times. And like 3 separate times I was a dummy. Let's just be honest. I was a dummy because okay, you know, this person is changing, trying to make their life better. Like I see them making like little moves, and then like little did I know I wasn't the only one, you know, who was funding his dream, so to speak.
Oh.
So
turn around, Nene.
That's what I was saying. Like I'm not gonna let anybody
receipts kick in.
I can't do it.
Mine wasn't even like a money situation. It was a different type of like neediness. And once again, like emotional draining. And it's like it was becoming too much. And it just falls back like if you have to be the change. Like that's what you want, you have to do it. You can't rely on anybody else because at the end of the day, it's only you, yourself in this world.
I rock with what Nene
but
believe you, but gotta come with something. Because you know what you're signing up for. Let's not be done, ladies. We know we're signing up for, but it's either we believe in potential, because they will build a really nice picture.
Girl,
We're gonna believe it right now, and that's us working basically what Nene said, building together. Nobody got it all. Yeah.
I knew like a little bit, but I just didn't think it would go that extreme. But I knew it was problems. I just didn't think it would go like that extreme. So partially it's like I ignored those times myself and thought like I could be the change and I could fix it, but
you don't want to be fixed.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
I do want to say this by experience.
Okay.
I've been through it with multiple guys, always asking for shit. And it's like, I don't get nothing in return. So that's when the relationship takes a bad turn. Like, I don't want to deal with you. And then now you're making money like, oh, I need this or I'm going to leave you. And it's like, are you giving me a fucking ultimatum? Because your ass can walk out the fucking door. Like, I do things to help you because I don't want to see you struggle. But at the end of the day, don't take my kindness for my weakness. Like, you always taking things from me. So what happens when I need it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, me being put out of a home and you got a home. I can't come and stay with you, but I'll let you stay with me. Like, that type shit. Like, that's what bothers me. Like, you doing good, but when I'm at my lowest point, you can't help me, but you over here doing good, you know, living a life. Come on now.
It's selfish.
So it's selfish. Like, you really got people out here that's like that, and they be like, well, you know, I don't want to hear no excuse. I just know where we stand.
Right.
So, yeah.
Quick question. What's the stupidest reason you broke up with somebody or they broke up with you?
They dick small.
Because I wanted to.
I don't even remember.
Dick small.
Bro, we went on a total of 3 days. When we went on dates, each time, the first 2 times we went to the movies, he did not pay his way into the movies at all. Like, I paid my way in, he didn't pay his way in. Somehow he snuck in. And then when the 3rd time came, we went to the movies and he didn't pay his way in. I drove us there. Somehow he ended up all the way on the other side of town at some college party. I was like, you're done.
Oh,
that's not even dumb. Like, that's a legit reason. That's a legit.
Ooh, wee.
He was spontaneous.
I could not.
Hey. Yeah. What you got, Dynasty?
To the party.
You didn't hear my reason?
I
said because I wanted to. No, I have one. I have one.
Straight like that?
How old was I? I was like 16. What was it? Remember I dated that dude, Amante? He was like 3 years older than me.
One that ate fried rice.
No.
Okay, no.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Okay, so he was older than me. So he was a senior and I was a sophomore. He was 2 years older than me. Okay, I broke up with him. I was gonna break up with him always, like anyways, but Valentine's was coming up. So I didn't want to break up before Valentine's Day.
So yeah, I understand.
So I had a bunch of friends that I talked to all the time. And me and my friends talk a certain way to each other. And he think it's flirting because he knows that I date, you know, boys and girls. So he told me I had to stop talking to, I had to stop talking to these certain friends. And I was like, no. So we got over it, and then he kept telling me, he kept asking me, he was like, if you don't do this, we're going to break up. So I waited until February 15th, and I was like, I'm going to take my candy and stuff, and I'm going to go, me and my friends going to go eat it. You know, we breaking up. So, yeah. I broke up because I just wanted to. I mean, there's a reason, but
that's like the initiation of control freaks. The nice control freaks. Like, let me ease my way before I start really telling you what to do. When they show that flip side,
Crazy.
it's not crazy.
Wow, wow, hello, hello, hello.